Hey, if you've lost distance as you've gotten older and you feel like there's no hope, this is the video that's gonna give you hope, but it's not just gonna give you hope, it's gonna give you real actionable steps that you can take to get that distance back starting today. If you don't know me, I'm Craig Jones. I taught 10,000 lessons at Golf Tech as a coach. Then I owned 5 Golf Tech learning centers in Phoenix and Tucson for 10 years. Now I've been teaching face first golf online for the last 10 years, and I'm not your typical coach. I was a 15 handicap slicer, not as a kid or something, well into my 20s. So this process that I take players through online isn't some theory that I came up with. It's a process that I went through painfully and slowly. So my goal here is to help you get through it faster with a lot less pain. So let's get to it. I had a fairway mower come there. I had to switch spots here. So this is so critical to understand. As you get older, most players, to get their distance back, they are chasing speed, okay? And 9 times out of 10, what I see when you chase speed, what ends up happening is all those things that are killing your distance actually get worse, because what you end up doing is you're trying to swing really hard, these hips will spin out, club face comes through even more open, okay? As a response to that open club face, you'll tend to start swinging even more over the top, and it's that over the top move. It's that coming through impact, swinging down at driver instead of what I call swinging low to high and swinging up at driver, swinging from the inside, making that effortless power forearm rollover release. Those are all the elements for effortless power. The opposite of those are swinging over the top, swinging steep, swinging left of target, the chicken wing, all of those things, and they actually get worse as you try to chase more speed. So what we need is efficiency, and the good news here is that there are some really simple things that you can put in place right now, I mean today, to start getting that distance back. So let's get into that first piece. By the way, this is a follow-up to a lesson I shot at my net at my house, talking about all of these same things. And somebody commented and said, "You just taught a weak grip to all of YouTube." And I'm pretty sure for the last 30 years, I've been a strong grip pusher. I've never tried to get anybody to adopt a weak grip, but who can understand the ways of the internet? So that's the very first piece as we get started here, is this grip, okay? And I call this the closed face grip. It's typically been called a strong grip, okay? And strong, by the way, does not refer to grip pressure and gripping the club tightly. Strong refers to the stronger ball flight that you get when your club face squares up at impact because you grip the club this way. And all that it is taking this lead hand and you move it over to the right on the grip of the club for a right-handed player, to the left for a left-handed player. So you just put it out in the fingers here, position this lead thumb on the trail side of the grip here. There's a V between this thumb and forefinger right here that should point over towards this trail shoulder, and there should be some pretty good cup between the back of the lead hand here and the back of the lead forearm. What that does when you position that hand that way, it makes the club face want to roll over and square up through impact. Okay, so that's what we want to have happen. We want that club to roll over and square up through impact, and we want it to happen more automatically without us having to make a big, try to hard roll it over kind of move. That's the effortless power forearm rollover release, and it's facilitated by the strong grip. And when you swing from the inside and you roll the toe of the club past the heel of the club, that is a huge source of effortless power. The opposite, of course, is what everybody's doing, which is open face over the top and then chicken wing move. We're trying to do the exact opposite of that. We're trying to swing that club path from the inside with that face that's in that more square position because we've gone to that strong grip, and that stronger or that closed face grip is then going to help you whip the toe of the club past the heel of the club as we come through impact. So that is the very first piece to this, is that strong or that closed face grip. All right, let me show you this last piece that is going to help you swing up at driver. And stick with me because I'm going to tie this all together into an exact specific routine that you can take to the net, to the range, to the course, wherever right now starting today. So the swinging up at driver, so important, right? This is, again, you know, it's where that swinging down at driver, this is what everybody's doing. It's putting that backspin on it that's killing your distance. And it's also putting that, it's over the top, so it's creating slice spin, it's creating backspin, all those things that kill your distance. What we really want, instead of this being a high to low swing, high to low, this is that over the top steep swing that everybody's making. We want it to feel low to high, okay? Low to high. And a lot of times I teach this as the feeling of skip the stone, right? Skip a rock. If you were gonna skip a rock on water, you would make this move, right? And that's a kind of a good little visual of the swinging up at it kind of motion. But the little move that we make to facilitate this is just a little hip bump. So after we've set the face, taken the strong grip, we take a little smaller step here, a little bit bigger step here. The last little piece to the setup here is this little hip bump. And we just bump this lead hip towards the target, and that sets your spine tilt away from the target a little bit here, okay? So now you're in a position that's going to help you swing more up at it. So now we got a lot of things going on here, right? We've got the strong grip that's going to, closed face grip I should call it, that's going to help you square up that club face through impact. We've dropped this foot back a little bit. That's going to really free you up to bring that path more from the inside on the downswing, right? Now we've got that little hip bump towards the target. That's going to set your spine tilt away from the target so that you can swing up at it. And those are the keys to distance with driver. I mean, that's really what gives you that pop and that power and that efficiency. Let's tie it all together into a routine so you can take this right out to the range, course, net, wherever, starting today. All right, we got a great spot here on the golf course to see some ball flight, hitting into the mountain here. A lot of people ask where I am. I'm at the Gallery Golf Club in Marana, Arizona. Just a beautiful, beautiful place. We have two 18-hole courses here. I'm on the north course. The south course hosted the 2007 and 2008 Accenture Match Play Championship. Tiger won here in 2008. There was a 2023 Live tournament on that course, and I got to play 9 holes with Phil. Jackson and I spent like 20-25 minutes with Bryson that day too, which was really cool experience. So let's talk about this little routine that we need to go through. And real quick before I do that, I just want to talk about this closed stance. Really helps you get your hands a little bit deeper behind you here at the top of the swing. If you don't have that little bit of that closed stance, what ends up happening is a lot of players struggle with that turn to start the backswing. And if you don't turn, then the hands just go up. And that makes that over the top swing that much worse. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but that's one of the big things with dropping this back foot back. It almost kind of presets your turn so your hands can get a little bit deeper behind you. When the hands are back here, it's so much easier to swing from the inside instead of over the top in the downswing. So here's the little routine. So we walk in, and it is feet together, aim the face right here, right? Now this is where we take that good strong closed face grip, right? Now we go smaller step, a little bit bigger step and flare it, little hip bump here, and now we are ready to go. And there's not a super high ball flight, but it's a bullet up there and in a great spot for this hole. And let's just go through it again here. So, and see if we can get a little bit more trajectory on this one here. And so feet together. And for trajectory, when I think trajectory, what I'm thinking about here is I'm just thinking about this club just staying right in front of my body and the toe of the club passing the heel of the club. So it's staying right in front of, if there's a string from the handle to my belly button, trying to feel like that club just stays right in front of the body throughout the swing so that I don't make this move. I want to make boom. I want this to feel like it's really whoosh, whipping past. Some might call that a flip. It's really just more of a release. So we go in here, feet together in the face. Good, strong grip. I'm about to lose my light here too, so hopefully we can get a good one here. Feet together, aim the face, smaller step, little bit bigger step, hip bump, and now just keeping that club right in front of the body, and that's still another low one there, man. That's running a mile up there though. Just didn't quite get, all right, let's try one more. Now we really lost our light. Let's try this one more time here. Man, those are they're gonna really work well on this hole, but it's just not that trajectory that I'm picturing here, right? So we walk in, feet together, in the face. Good, strong grip. Smaller step, bigger step, hip bump, and we are ready to swing up. There's a little bit better ball flight trajectory. Man, that was ripped. Felt like I didn't even swing at it, but that's a nice one with a little draw there. It's gonna run a mile, and it was hit really, really well. That's such a great feeling when you hit it in the center of the club face. So I really appreciate you watching this. Follow along here, hit subscribe, enable those alerts, because I put this stuff out all the time. You've got to hear this over and over and over. If you want to get started with some free lessons, go to facefirstgolf.com. If you really want to learn my system, like I said, learn somebody's system. I don't care if it's mine or somebody else's, but go deep on one thing. That's the real key to making big leaps forward in this game. You're never going to do it just listening to every coach and every different person's theory. Many methods will work as long as it's a good methodology that somebody has worked out over years and years and years and over thousands and thousands of lessons. I'm not one to believe that mine's the only way, right? Mine's specific to generally those little bit higher handicap players that struggle with that over the top swing. As a 2-point something index, I still work on all those same things. So I think it can work for lower handicap players as well, but just pick one thing that really suits you and stick with it. That's the key to improvement. I'm so grateful that you stayed this long and watched this video all the way to the end. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that helps you get out there and get some of that old guy power.